What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be playing some Frostpunk 2. Now, I don't really know much about this game as far as the lore goes because I've never played the first one, but to my understanding, it picks up directly from the first game after the guy that you play as, the captain, dies. And then everything is kind of left in a chaos because there's no one else to lead them. So we're going to go ahead and play the prologue today for you. Prologue: The Wanderers. 1887, the world froze to death. Civilization crumbled. The failing British Empire built generators to support cities of evacuees, cities that would become the last on Earth, whether huddled by a generator or out in the open frostland. Those that survived were shaped by the ordeal. 30 years later, all became very different people. So these are the difficulties right here. This is the normal mode, which is what we're going to play as. Uh, just for the simple fact that I've never played the first game, so I'm not really sure how that works. Now, I have played a little bit of this game just so I could have an understanding of it, but I haven't really got through it at all. So let's go ahead and jump into this. There's also survivor mode, where you only get, like, when you fail, I mean, you're pretty much screwed.
Hear us, Steward.
Now, this game is free on Xbox Game Pass if you want to play it.
Captain!
Do you hear us?
A generation ago, we fled the crumbling British Empire as the world froze around us. I held New
So this, I'm
London
guessing, is the captain
together,
from New London from the last game.
united.
He
We
is quite old.
survived 30 years of whiteouts. But the world around us is dead. Empty.
Skip that, but that's fine. The Wanderers, Prologue. We've been roaming the frozen desert for years. Many of us do not remember a world before the Great Frost. Now another whiteout is coming, and again we've reached the old machine. Again we will rely on its furnace to provide heat through the storm. In the past, we've always made sure that there was enough supplies for the next whiteout, but our numbers have grown through the years. Providing for everyone is getting harder and harder. We must survive. So this is the Dreadnought, the train, essentially, that we rode in on. It's going to keep us warm. I know that it's got a generator in there, so that's what's going to provide us heat. Not really sure why it's being so skippy like this, so I apologize. Alright, Fight the Cold. Welcome to the prologue. This is where we're going to learn the basics and everything, and we can turn the furnace on and off to heat us. So we're just going to go ahead and get through these right here. So we are going to go ahead and click this frost break button down here. So this is going to allow us to kind of break a path, which we're going to do. Kind of get here. We're just going to go ahead and get down to here as well, and we might as well make our way there. So that's going to go ahead and frost break, because the whole goal here is so we can turn on the furnace here, but as you can see, we don't have any oil. So this right here that we are frost breaking currently is our oil wagon. So once we build that, and these are our little frost breaker guys, we'll be able to go here and we can build an extraction district, and this will extract the oil for us to use for the furnace, and it's gonna be great. You also have these little notifications up here. They tell us, obviously, we're hungry, we don't have any food, you know, it's cold, and squalor. So squalor is bad, so that fact that it's absent is good, but also we are not doing good on homes or food. So we're gonna go ahead and get that sorted out pretty quickly here. So I'm gonna speed this up to let all the frost breaking actually already finished. So we'll go ahead and click on the extraction district. We're gonna put the extraction district here, just so we can get some oil. And once we can, we're gonna go ahead and put another extraction district here. So that's what we're doing right now. We're actually going to go ahead and frost break early on, over here because we want to be able to get some of this food. And we can frost break down to the bottom here. So this right here is actually seals, which is a fantastic source for food. So let's go ahead and speed this up and let all that stuff get done. Alright, so that's done now. So we can click this. You get little pop-ups like this. Oil. As a thick black liquid oozes through the pipes, our people rejoice. The carcasses of this old machine is a testament to the hardships that made us. But more importantly, it's our haven in the storm. It has allowed us to weather many whiteouts, and it will do so again. We have oil. We can turn on the furnace. All right. So now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and click here. And we're going to turn the generator on so we have enough oil. Now we have a little bit of a surplus of oil, which is good. So, provide basic infrastructure. The furnace is on, we have enough oil to cover our current needs, but the cold will still affect our people until they have proper shelter. So we need to build some houses now. However, we'll need prefabricated parts for construction. We did bring some with us, but we need more. So I believe we got some prefabs here. Yep. And here is going to be more oil. So that's going to be something else we'll get. Frostbite to the construction wagon, which is going to be this guy right here. Like I said, we kind of already did that. And then we'll just go ahead and Frostbreak here because we'll just build some housing there. We need to build 2 housing districts. So each time we place down a district, it's going to take like 6 squares or so to actually get the housing district up and running. And then place them next to the furnace. So let's go ahead and speed this up. Alright, so we'll go here and get our housing district. And oh, we're going to place them kind of around here. So since it's in the blue, it gives us 3 heat, but there's only 3 dashes here, so we can only get 3. Each 3 we place in the blue will benefit us. After that, it doesn't really benefit us anymore. So we can place those all here. Go ahead and build that. And let's go ahead and frost break just a bit more here, just so we can have the houses close together. Because once you build them next to each other as well, that kind of benefits and gives us more heat too. We also need to build another extraction district for this construction wagon here. And then we'll do this one as well once we can. After this, and let's go ahead and frost break the rest of our way down to our seals right here, which is a fantastic food source, as I mentioned before. So yeah, let's go and do that. Now we got oil and another food source here. We're going to speed this up so we can get building another housing district going. So as you can see, we got our shelter up here. We're obviously unfulfilled, so our job is to get that into the surplus, or at least get it even. Our food, we're going to need a lot more food if we're going to survive until the whiteout, and we need to grab some more materials as well. And this is how many people we have. This is our workforce. Workforce is extremely important in this game. And I believe this is how many... I don't remember what this is, actually. So let's go speed this up. Like I said, guys, we're going to try to run through this prologue pretty quickly here. Alright, now that we speed this up, we can go ahead. This is also registered as sick, so if you go under here, or right here, it tells you how many sick people we have. And they get sick by being cold or not having enough food, whatever the case may be. So let's go ahead and build more housing. We're just going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go ahead and fulfill right there as well. Let's go ahead and build us another extraction district, which we cannot do at the moment. So we'll go ahead and build some food. Now we will put the food down here. This is going to give us a fantastic fulfillment for food. And then once we can also build a construction hub, and we can put a stockpile right here, which is going to benefit us and help us build more, or gain more food. Deadly cold. Gain access to food, which we have just done a little bit of ahead of time, so that's totally fine. We've established heat and shelter for our people. Now we need to turn our attention to incoming whiteout. We must frostbreak to the small patches of fertile soil suitable for growing food. Then we must store it in easily accessible depots. So move quickly so no one starves. All right. We secured our immediate survival. Now we have to stockpile as much food as we can before the whiteout forces us to take shelter. To do that, we need to produce more food than our current demand. So here's our next objective, which is stockpile 40,000 food. We only have 27, which is kind of a problem. So our current demand is 53. But we are in surplus right now, which is great. But we need to have 40,000 in stockpile. So our next kind of objective here is to go ahead and frostbreak. Um, let's frostbreak out this way, just because there's more food over there, and we will build another food district over here. Now, the thing about these districts, right, is they actually run out. So this will run out of food. This will run out of food. This will actually last a while because there's a lot of seals here. And then these can run out of resources as well. So this oil will eventually be all taken up, so we won't be able to use it anymore. Um, it should last us for a little bit, at least until, and as you can see here as well, we don't have enough prefab or scraps to build any more districts or even buildings. So let's go speed this up, let this stuff get built here, and then we can start go ahead and getting some materials. So over here has 150k materials. These two do. So that's our next thing right now. We are going to go ahead and frostbreak to get some more materials because we are running low. And you really want to do your best to kind of make sure you have everything that you need, especially, so we have 65 weeks until winter's coming. So we can actually go here, and it'll tell you on the bottom, we'll be filled in 46 weeks. So at this rate, we are going to be okay. We'll have enough food stockpiled to survive the whiteout that is imminently coming. Oh, so we got a pop-up now, so we can go ahead and click on this. Fitting Cal 42 gardener pouring sand in his hands. So we might not be able to fill food stockpiles without exceptional measures. Consider asking the wanderers to tighten belts or instill emergency shifts in food districts. So what we can do here is tighten belts. So if we click down here, now I probably don't need to do this because I think I'll be good to survive, but I will do it just for you guys' sake. So we can click down here and we can hit tighten belts. What that's going to do is it's going to ration their food, but it also makes our food surplus much, much more. So as you can see, we're going to be fulfilled in 39 weeks now. We can also go ahead and click on our food depots and hit emergency shifts. Now they're going to not trust you as much because they're working hard. They're basically overexerting themselves, but again, it's going to increase your food supply a lot more. So if you're really struggling, this is a fantastic way to kind of get yourself out of that little bit of a hole. Now, like I said, we're kind of okay, but you can do this with to get your extraction districts, to get more prefabs, oil, even materials if you need to. But we're just going to do the food for now. So let's go ahead and speed this up, let that get built, and then we got another thing over here. So into the black, bearing the dead. We mourn those who have recently passed. As is our custom, we take them to the oil pits. We gently lower their bodies into the thick blackness. The fuel that keeps us warm in life likewise preserves us in death. But death also erodes trust in our leaders. Without trust, there is no future. So every time people die, unnaturally that is, your trust will fall. Of course, you're gonna have people that die of old age. But it sounds like when people do die, they just bury them into the oil, and then we recycle their bodies for heat. Now again, we are pretty much set, so we are just gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and build these materials over here. So we'll put an extraction district. Now this takes 3, the extraction districts take 3. And then we'll speed this up. Got another pop-up here. Mysterious symbol, the captain's legacy. One of our frostbitten crew uncovered the frozen remains of a man in a tattered uniform. His shoulder patch reads, New London Scouts, 3rd Platoon. and he bears an obscure insignia. Some of our elders claim it belongs to a military organization, while others argue it has a religious significance. Maybe you've heard of this new London before and can settle the debate. So we can either choose if it symbolizes order, or if it symbolizes faith, or we can just say, I don't know what this is. So we're going to go ahead and choose order. Now, I'm not sure exactly what this does, but I have heard that it has a huge impact on the game later on. I've never made it that far to actually know what that is, but personally, I'm going to choose order because I think that's going to make everything easier for us, but it very well could rise more problems for us in the future as well. All right, so we got our material stockpile over here finished. So now we can have a surplus here. So we're basically just kind of hanging in there at this point. Um, so I will just go ahead and fast forward it until we are full. And so let's see here. Looking at her grandchildren playing. Some people are ready to sacrifice themselves to lower the food required. Now, we don't need to go do that because we have a abundance of food here. But what we can do is we can look for more sources, build another extraction district. Let's see, right over here. And there's not enough tiles because I kind of played myself. But let's just go ahead break these around here. So this is more oil. So once we get that going, which I should have done at the beginning, but I forgot about it, then we'll have enough heat. So guys, if you're starting out, the first thing you want to do, at least in the prologue, is definitely get these two right here. Because if you get these two, you're pretty much going to be good on heat for the rest of the prologue. And then immediately, as soon as you can, you're going to want to come down here and get these seals, because that's going to basically increase your stockpile in food a ton. Let's go ahead and speed this up here, and we will go ahead and build our extraction district. Speed that up. And now we are having a stockpile on 8. So everything is stockpiled at the moment. We're doing good on prefabs, materials, etc. And we will be filled in 14 weeks. So pretty much at this point, we're just waiting for all this to get filled up. So let's go ahead and fast forward to that point. Okay, so here's an event. Colder season, heat demand is increased. So throughout the game, your seasons will obviously change. I mean, basically winter the whole time, but get colder, which means your heat will go down. So you'll have to find things to get more heat. And to do that, you can go ahead and put in emergency shifts to gather more, as we don't have any more oil left to, well, right here. So we can go ahead and get this one. I believe it's already uncovered, which is perfect. So, like you see here, I did emergency shift, and it decreased our heat demand as well. So you can do that in times of dire need as well. So if you're running out of, whatever resource you need to get heat, it's a fantastic way to do that. But you don't want to do that too much. So this is your trust bar, and if this goes to 0, you basically lose the game. So you want to keep this as high as you can, if you're able to. Obviously, it's kind of low because we have these double shifts working, and people are cold and people are getting sick. So we've had about 30 people die, but we'll go ahead and fast forward this now. You can instantly do this fast. Just get these, get the food. You'll be good basically for the rest of this time here. So we're good on that now. Got another event here. More warehouses preserving food for the whiteout. Build more warehouses to increase stockpile capacity of food. So we need more warehouses. So we can click down at the buildings button and go ahead and build another stockpile. Let's build it by... So we kind of should ice break this one. We'll put it here. We can hold more food for our stockpile, because I think we can only hold 25,000 with just the one, but now we can hold up to 50,000, which we don't need, but more food the better. Alright guys, so as you see we have another event here. The White House draws near a sacrifice. So you can read this to be like, the White House will arrive in 24 weeks. We have currently stockpiled 30,000 out of 40,000 food, which is fantastic. So this gives you an option. You can slaughter all of the seals. So you can kill all of the rest of the seals, which will greatly increase your stockpile of food. That's if we're not going to make it, which we will make it to the correct amount of food that we need. But if you're for some reason in dire need, this is absolutely an option for you. However, it's going to wipe out all of the seals, so you won't be able to use them as a food source anymore. Or we can let our elders walk out into the frost. So this will not reduce your workforce because they're already not working. However, it's going to decrease your trust, and it'll give you more food. But we're just going to head. We're not going to do either of those options, but they are there for you. And so this right here means we have no access to resource deposit. So we ran out of the resource that was right here. So we can actually demolish this, which will give us more prefabs and scraps. And this means you're just running low on it, but we still have it. So we don't need to destroy it quite yet. It's just kind of giving you a warning. So in case you don't have any other food sources set up, it's a perfect time to go ahead and get all that stuff going. So now we will wait. We've hit our food mark, so we just waiting to the whiteout. So let's just go ahead and fast forward to this. These are your factions as well. So you'll have more pop up down here eventually, but this is just kind of the basic one for the prologue. And it will tell you the relations. There's going to be more. Oh, we have reached the whiteout. As you can see, it got extremely cold. Against all odds, the Wanderers' survival. When the whiteout hit the camp, the Wanderers were ready. Everyone was thankful. We acted fast and gathered enough food in time. The miracle of the seal colony strengthened our hope that our journeys will lead to a promised land. Our elders have added this story to our great tales alongside warnings about a sinful city that still pumps smoke into the sky. We survived. We survived the end of the world. Now what? So with that, guys, this is actually going to be the end of the prologue. And it's going to take us to something that's going to show you here in just a second. And if you don't know anything about this game like I didn't, it's going to look very confusing. But it's not so bad. Once you get the hang of it, you kind of understand how everything works. So as you can see, we got some rails here. And now welcome to New London. The old captain is dead, New London is weak. Food is low, overpopulation looms, coal is running out. So our job is to basically help this city here survive. People yearn for a future worth dreaming of, but it's the same future for all. Since the captain from the first Frostpunk game has passed away. So now we're basically the new president. There is a bunch of things about this game that are pretty interesting and can make you lose the game fairly quick if you don't. I mean, it's not really one of those games you can just carelessly fumble your way through. So this is chapter 1. We're actually going to end it here, and we will pick up for chapter 1 of Frostpunk 2 in a later episode. So guys, if you enjoyed this little walkthrough for the prologue for you guys, go ahead and like the video, comment down below, and think about subscribing to my channel. Obviously, it's a new channel, and I only hope that I can make it grow. So thank you for joining me, and we'll see you guys next time.